everybody. I hope you're having the best start of the week ever. Anyways, in this video, Boomer will be talking about Koumei. Sorry. Talking about Koumei, the newest Warframe. She will be released to October and I'm very excited to play her. We don't have too much info to go off of because she hasn't been released yet, but this is all we could find. Now that the intro's out of the way, I'll let Boomer take it over. Let's get into the deep dive. Very short one, but it's very fun.
Koumei is the 58th Warframe. She is the Dice Maiden and will feature a dice roll mechanic for each of her abilities. Warframe has had plenty of RNG heavy mechanics, but never on Warframe abilities. Koumei's name is believed to be derived from the pronunciation of the Japanese character on screen, which translates to good fortune. Another source for Koumei's name could be the Japanese reading of Koumei, the courtesy name of Zhuge Liang, famed Chinese strategist and statesman from the Three Kingdoms period, which would be the second time he's referenced, alongside the primary crossbow, Zhuge. In keeping with the Three Kingdoms period, the five fates mentioned in the update's name, Koumei and the five fates could be referencing the five tiger generals of Shu Han, one of whom was Guan Yu, noted for wielding a Guan Dao, a weapon also seen in Warframe as a melee polearm. However, these five fates are more likely a reference to the five-sided die, and the five die themselves. My personal opinion is that her name is a reference to an old Japanese female name, Koumei, which translates to small plum. The logo for the Koumei and the Five Fates update seemingly depicts a plum blossom, and also the number 5 icon to represent her 5 die. Now onto her abilities. Koumei, like every other Warframe, has 4 abilities, these being Kumihimo, Omikuji, Omamori, and finally Bunraku. Kumihimo means braided cord, specifically the braided cord used to hold together samurai armor, which is made of smaller segmented plates of iron or steel. It will give enemies a random status effect, and on a perfect roll, triple sixes, it will create threads that will do every status effect damage to those who touch the cords. Think of it like a spider web. Omikuji means sacred lot. They are withdrawn from Shinto and Buddhist shrines in Japan to ask for a divine blessing. In Warframe, the ability Omikuji reveals a side quest for Koumei to complete. They will include a decree from the Duviri update, and if she rolls a perfect roll, which again, if you remind yourself, is 3 sixes in her rolls, she will receive the decree without needing to complete the side quest. Next ability, the third ability, Omamori, or Protective Charm, will summon charms to protect Koumei, which will cause enemies' attacks to heal Koumei instead of damage her. The number of charms is determined by how well she rolls the die. A perfect roll will grant Koumei invulnerability for the entire duration of Omamori. Omamori in real life are brocade pouches that contain a prayer or sacred inscription on paper or wood, which will protect the wearer on their journeys. Bunraku, Koumei's 4th ability, which means Puppet Feeder, is Koumei's 4th ability, as stated earlier. Suspend an enemy in the air by strings, much like its namesake, as well as dealing status damage to the enemy dependent on Koumei's dice roll. A triple six will maximize the status effect stacks as well as affect enemies in front of and behind Koumei. Koumei has 2 signature weapons, a rifle inspired by an umbrella gun called the Higasa, which will deal a 3-round burst, killing enemies. Will charge the alternate fire, which is a large beam. While aiming down sights, the umbrella portion of the gun will open up, as you can see, and it will block bullets / projectiles, and that will cause it to also charge your alternate fire. The second signature weapon is a polearm called the Amanata. It is inspired by the Japanese Naginata spears. Doing an X pattern of strikes gives the wielder a random buff for the spear. With Koumei, if you roll a perfect roll, which again is 3 sixes, my apologies, you receive all of the possible buffs. Both weapons will receive specific mods available in Teshin's store for Steel Path offerings, giving you a random status effect as well as other statistic buffs. Koumei will also have an alternate helmet called the Orihime helmet, which may be a reference to the Star Vega, Orihime meaning Weaver Girl. She will also come with some emotes in relation to her Japanese influence and her dice aesthetic. First one is the Buyo emote, where you will seem to summon a fan. The second is Koumei doing a little dance and then rolling the dice, fittingly called the Rolling Flames emote. And this concludes our little Koumei deep dive. Thank you guys for joining us. Have a splendid day.